when it comes to some of the comparisons that were made, and this is what I want to get to
Mm,
you with now, Daniel. I think that you can really see some parallels. I've made some parallels with Sharon with how
mm,
he's kind of jumped into the NIL space, and is engaging donors in that way. He certainly has said he followed Beeline during his time at West Virginia and followed some of those teams. And of course he was in on the pitch at the end, but that's about where the connection kind of stops. I think a lot of people are trying to make it out to be schematically or strategically similar. I know you watched a lot of film and you said that's not the case.
No, not really. Coach Beeline's system is very unique. First of all, let's start there. Like it's first of all, it'll be hard for any other coach to replicate or mimic his system. He runs I know he runs elements of the Princeton. He runs elements of dribble drive. Coach Beeline's system is very unique. So it would benefit all of us Michigan fans if we stop, trying to make comparisons between the two, right? Coach May's offense, just from what I've watched this year, is more of a 4-out, 1-in motion type offense where they don't necessarily have X and O structure, but more principles, right? If you're on the weak side, you interchange. If you hear you do this, but one thing they also utilize a lot of sprint ball screens. So if they hit the post, the big man, he doesn't have a one-on-one opportunity or an opportunity to go score. He's going to pitch it out and sprint directly to a ball screen. And so they rely a lot of high and side ball screens. And when they do run quick hitters, Coach May does a great job of manipulating, without getting too nerdy, weak side defenders, right? Or as they call it these days, hole help, like the guy that's in the hole helping on the roll or helping on the drive. Coach Mays, most of his quick hitters do a good job of removing that guy out of the play almost. And that's why you see a lot of guys, his big man get a lot of lobs at the rim, a lot of finishes at the rim. Guards get a lot of free drives because as they lift, these guys are coming off ball screens, coming off different actions and getting able to get to their spot. So when they're moving and they're flying and they're executing, it's fun to watch. Like you saw them run to the Final Four, you saw most of this year. But it also has its drawbacks as well. You definitely need, in this conference, you're going to need high-end talent, And I think just from what I've learned about Coach May, talking to other people, he'll be able to construct his system in such a way that fits whatever talent he has in the building. From what I hear, he's a very sharp guy. He's a very knowledgeable coach. So I don't want to assume he's going to come to Michigan and run the exact same thing he ran at FAU, right? I think he's a very adaptable coach, and I think most great coaches are. So that's one thing I'm anxious to see what exactly he's going to do at Michigan.
Yeah, time will certainly tell. And he said, what he's going to do is going to be, to your point, is going to be dependent upon the players he has.
Yes.
He doesn't know what the talent on the roster is going to be. He doesn't know what their strengths are, but he fancies himself as a coach who is going to play to whatever the strengths of his team is, what his team happens to be in a given year. So you're right. John Beilein, very much, what he used to say is, as he tried to dumb it down, he says a lot of read and react to what they do.
Mm-hmm.
That is as far as the sets that they have, really hard to prepare for because it's based on how the defense is playing them.
Yeah.
They got with his players have different movements based off of how the defense is defending them. And that's why it always was really hard to defend. But when they face better teams, what he started to see is, hey man, the better teams could blow up the first set, could blow up the second set,
Mm-hmm.
could blow them up. And so now when you get better players and get better talent, now, okay, yeah, we're going to go for it. We're going to spread you out, play some ISO and let our guys go to work. And so he wound up being a nice mesh or meld from the structure of all of his sets to the freedom of guys who could just go get you a bucket. And I wonder if we'll see a similar kind of evolution for Dusty. I think that's why it's great advice that you just gave, Daniel. Let's wait to see how it's going to unfold as he's able to get even better talent at Michigan. He was able to get at FAU.